What would you say if somebody asked you today, which is the most offensively potent team in NBA history? Maybe the 96 Jordan-led Bulls, who went 72-10? Maybe the 2016 Curry-led Warriors, who went 73-9? Maybe the 2017 Warriors powerhouse, which had a prime Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and Klay Thompson? Or maybe the 1982 Denver Nuggets, who scored an average of 126.5 points per game, who, until this year, have firmly held the #1 spot for highest scoring team in NBA history? These are all pretty good guesses, but unfortunately, they're also all incorrect. You see, a 23-year-old fourth-year player by the name of Tyrese Haliburton has come out this year and has taken the NBA by storm.
Haliburton trying to shake Holiday off balance.
With the way he's been running the Pacers offense, they're literally doing something we've never seen before, scoring an average of a little over 128 points per game, which is just unheard of. From an offensive standpoint, Indiana has become practically unguardable, ripping through some of the NBA's greatest defenses as if they were paper. Like, just look at this. Down 1 point in a fourth-quarter elimination game against one of the best teams in the East, and they're still able to pull off highlights like this half-court alley-oop.
Haliburton pushes alley-oop to top it.
Sheesh, guys. I'm getting some 2015 Warriors vibes from this team. They're young, they're reckless, and they aren't afraid of the moment. Today, we're going to look into just how the Tyrese Haliburton offense is breaking the NBA. It goes without saying that Haliburton is the engine that powers the Pacers offense. The team would not be averaging 128 points per game if it weren't for him. So, to understand how Indiana's offense is doing what it's doing, we'd have to essentially break down Haliburton's game. And since we have to start somewhere, I'm going to start off with his three-point shooting. In 2016, Steph Curry essentially broke the NBA. The man was shooting like 11 threes a game and making them at a 45% clip. He was a cheat code that could raise up from anywhere on the floor and get a bucket.
Curry flings it the other way, and he got it!
Well, I ain't saying Haliburton is Steph Curry, because that's basketball blasphemy, but the man is shooting about 9 triples a game at a 44% clip. That is absolutely lethal, and Trae Young knows exactly what I'm talking about. You see, on November 21st, in an in-season tournament matchup between the Indiana Pacers and the Atlanta Hawks, Haliburton found his team down 14 points early in the third. After seeing one triple go down, however, he just kept on raising up whenever he got space and ended up going video game mode as he shot 7 for 8 from 3 in just the third quarter alone, finishing with a total of 26 points in that 12-minute frame, setting a franchise record for the Pacers in the process. On that night, Haliburton was a cheat code. He may not have the prettiest looking jump shot in the NBA, but man, is it effective. And it's a huge reason why he's broken the NBA. Because you see, his three-point shot sets up the rest of his game. Like in this play here, for example. His defender knows from the scouting reports that Haliburton could drop bombs from way beyond the 24-feet line, so he has to defend him so high up.
Gets past Beasley, goes inside, high off the glass again.
And while Tyrese may not be like Ja Morant type of fast, make no mistake about it, he's freaking quick. If defenders guard him so high up like that, he could easily blow by them as he does here. Then after that, he's a crafty finisher at the rim, going high off the glass in this play to avoid the outstretched arms of Brook Lopez. Here's another look. Tatum in this play has to guard Haliburton from a few feet outside the perimeter, and with a little help from Miles Turner's pick-and-roll action, Hallie easily slips by the Celtics superstar. Then, instead of going full speed downhill, he slows down a bit to see where Tatum was, and after locating his defender, he then sidesteps to the left for a safe little floating jump shot. Calculated and precise is what Haliburton is. The man doesn't really turn the ball over. The man doesn't really take bad shots, and he knows how to use his team. I mean, of the top 10 pick-and-roll users in the league, Tyrese is number 1 when it comes to effective field goal percentages. His ability to navigate through screens is second to nobody at the moment. Whether it's finding his own shot or getting his teammates involved, when the ball is in Haliburton's hands, it has a high chance of finding the basket.
Haliburton given some space.
And speaking of teammates, what amplifies the Tyrese Haliburton offense is that he has all the right pieces around him. Like, first off, he's surrounded by athletic bigs who can finish above the rim. In this play here, Miles Turner sets the screen. Then, as Haliburton goes downhill, the paint area packs up with Hawk defenders, which eliminates the dunk finish possibility by Turner. But Tyrese sees Obi Toppin sneaking to the baseline and throws it to him instead and lets the 2022 dunk champion do the rest. In this play here, Miles sets the screen, then as he rolls to the rim, Tyrese dishes him a no-look pass, and when he's given that type of space, there's no stopping Turner. Haliburton's ability to get downhill and finish at the rim is such a threat that it draws in defenses, often leaving the big man a wide-open role for the two-point bucket. And it's not just about his bigs finishing at the rim, too. You see, the bigs surrounding Haliburton are all stretch fours and stretch fives, which means they can shoot the three, just like how Miles Turner does after Hallie collapses the defense. Actually, it's a little disrespectful of me to say he's just surrounded by stretch fours and fives, because the truth is, almost everyone on this roster could shoot, so with the way Hallie sees the court, there's almost always an open three-shot available. Next up, what makes the Haliburton offense so deadly is the pace he plays at. We all know by now the Mike D'Antoni system of 7 seconds or less, but Tyrese is trying to say to Mike, anything you can do, I can do better. I mean, look here. When Anthony Davis loses the ball here, there's 4 minutes and 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Then, the moment the rock finds itself in the hands of Haliburton, he rifles it immediately to Toppin, who slams it in without even taking a dribble. Just look at the timestamp here, guys. 4 minutes and 16 seconds. In the span of 3 seconds, the ball pretty much went from one baseline to the other and ended emphatically in a dunk. Here's another look at his pace. There's 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Tyrese has the ball within his own three-point perimeter. Then, literally, within 5 seconds, he's attacking downhill, gets by the 76ers transition defense, and is at the hoop for the two-point basket. Fast is what Tyrese is. In addition to being the number one scoring team in the league, he's also got them playing with the fastest pace at 104 possessions per 48 minutes. Just for a quick FYI comparison between the Haliburton offense and Mike D'Antoni's 7 seconds or less offense that was run by Steve Nash, the difference in pace is 104 possessions per 48 to 97. Talk about fast and faster. At this point, there's only one real flaw in the Pacers' Haliburton offense. That is, they will live and die by the three. In the vast majority of their wins this season, they've shot over 40% from three, and in the vast majority of their losses this season, they've shot under 30% from three. This was very evident from their loss against the Lakers in the in-season championship game. They were getting the looks they wanted all throughout the game, but unfortunately, it was just one of those nights where the shots weren't falling. The other flaw, not in their offense but in their system, is as much as they can score, they can't defend to save their lives. 124.9 is how many points they allow per game, which is the second worst in the league. Their best defensive strategy all season has pretty much been to just outscore opponents, and with the way they beat the Celtics and the Bucks in the in-season tournament, who could complain? One thing is for sure though, the Pacers are coming. We've all been talking about the Bucks, the Celtics, and 76ers in the East, but make no mistake about it, Indiana is starting to knock on the door.